So hi everyone, hope you're doing really well. Welcome to this video. So amongst other things, I'm out on a viewing day today. I've got a number of viewings lined up and I've just finished one. It's a beautiful day, absolutely glorious, and I've just been in a property and it's on the portals, and I went and had a look around, and it absolutely needs a complete rip out, absolutely everything, and more to that, it needs some structural investigation and some structural repair. But all this came out, I often say, ask as many possible questions as you can, as many questions as you possibly can on viewings. Whoever's taking you around, ask, and ask again. Really, really politely. But the phrase in my head, ask to understand rather than asking to reply. Really immerse yourself in, who owns this house and what were they doing with it and why has it got to this state, particularly if it's in a poor condition. And it so happened, they said to me, well, a previous viewer who went around to have a look at it, he mentioned to the guy that this was actually on for auction, and that it got purchased by a London company and is now being sold not as auction. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? And one of the things also I've said before is when you do your viewings, what you're really doing in part is, as well as finding the condition of the vendor, as well as building a relationship, you are inspecting, and I use that word advisedly, you're inspecting the condition of the property. And one thing you need to remember is in every single room there are actually 6 surfaces, and this is certainly me, so there's no judgment here, but one of the surfaces that nearly always gets neglected or left to last is the floor. And it just so happened, this is a great example of why you should always use your feet to do some analysis as you walk across the floor. As you go upstairs, you feel like you're at sea. You're wobbling this way, forwards, backwards over the Irish Sea. It feels very disconcerting. And I said to the guy, here's another tip: if you ever got concerns, keep asking questions, keep investigating, use your senses. And I said, I need to pull the car back. So I did in several places, and I saw this picture. You'll see on screen now. This is in one of the rooms in the corner. You can see some cracks, or make out there are faint cracks. It may not show up particularly well. But this picture, this one was on the landing, and as I pulled back the carpet, you can definitely see that someone has been aware of it, and someone has tried to repair it. And I said to the guy, look, this is pretty bad. I don't really like being here too much, but it's all very important. So then you've got to start extrapolating on a logical level and say, well, why is this concrete floor starting to fail? And if you go downstairs, you can see this picture. I wonder if you can spot it. So pause the video for 2 seconds. Have a look. Can you tell me why you think that they might have on the landing between the 2 bedrooms, one at the front, one at the back, a cracked floor? Now, I'm interested to see what you think. So if you've got suggestions, then just drop in the comments. But here's my suggestion. Here's my guess. Someone has removed the wall that was partitioning the front reception room to the second reception room, and they haven't then put in the RSJ properly, or the job hasn't been, something has gone wrong with that job. It's not been done as it should have been, and now you've got a weak internal structure, and the flooring is manifesting that. It also explains why further away from that problem, towards the corner of 2 walls, there are cracks, so it's having an effect on all the floor across in the upstairs, but not as badly because the other 2 walls are doing a better job of supporting it, transferring the weight down. So there's my guess. Use and here's my tips, and use your ability to ask lots of questions, really find out what's happening, and use your feet as well as your eyes when doing your inspections to really get as much information from the property as possible. So I'm done here now. I've just had on my phone a notification come up. My calendar is telling me I've got my next viewing, so I'm going to leave this one here and pick it up in a minute.